Hey guys, so I wanted to go live today to tell you a lot of you have been asking me, or we've been talking about you have that things are getting at you, or you're really becoming hypervigilant, where you just are struggling to uh, ever relax. You're all guard. And um, so I just wanted to make sure you understand why this is happening to you and what you do about it, because there is an actual reason so many first responders come with this. So we really just get it off, and you're really to, but even at home, all of these small things to you, and it all adds up. Your kids just ask you, and you snap. You go from 0 to 100 really quick. I know that some of you as well are struggling with COVID as well, where it wouldn't have gotten. Some of you have actually been through SARS, but meaning that this time around, um, you're you're just getting a little more about it, and so there's a reason that this is happening. It's caused by a lot of long-term stress in your body. I just wanted to go into this with you, but I guess just so you know, I've experienced before, so I know exactly what you're going. I know when I was in my burn, my husband came down with me. We do things where it was crazy. My husband would put license plates on our street, and he knew what didn't belong on our street and which ones to be there. He knew if somebody had moved and come back. Like we were both really on edge about all around our house, and stuff happening inside. And now we're really relaxed. So um, I just know that I totally get from, but it's not where you have. So what is going on that you have two systems in your body that we're going to, there are these two nervous systems that turn on. One turns on when you are in a stress. Let's say you're on a call. You need to be hyper vigilant. You need to know your surroundings. You need to be able to be alert to what's going on. You need to have that narrow tunnel vision. You can focus on what is now, and you're not about, what happened at home, or what you're going to be making for dinner, or that you have. You're not thinking of that when you are in the middle of your call, because you're in this hyper mode. When you're in that mode as well, what happens is the things that happen in resting, those actually are controlled by another nerve, your vagus nerve, and that nerve. So when your vagus nerve is not kicked, it means your digestion is slower. It means that your all of your organs have slowed down. You're not able to you're not able to really stay calm. The thing is that these nerves, your sympathetic nervous system and the vagus nerve, which is a branch of your resting system, they are just like a muscle. And if you are working a lot, it's just like in the gym, where that muscle will be so strong, so quick to react. And then you are not working it, not working your vagus nerve when you're at work. Always in that stress state, then you're always your stress system. So that one gets strong that it kicks in so quick, which is where you get to that point where when there's some all, your vagus nerve isn't, it's lazier, it's so slow. Sympathetic kicks in so fast, and so you've got this, and you're much in that same mode that you would when you are dealing with a crisis. The thing is, all it is your child asking you a question, somebody is parking on your street, or it's just really small happening. So when getting into this with COVID right now, some of you have been through your careers for quite a long period of time. What's happened is your two nervous systems is so strong that you're getting into the crisis mode of it. Harder for you to kind of step back because COVID is a long. It's not something that we're on a 911 dealing with it. We're focusing and situation with some of you guys be 10, 15, sometimes longer hours if it's a really big. But with COVID and that, it's already been weeks and it's months. So we need to switch from being that sympathetic nervous system, being in that mode that hypervigilant, and start to training that vagus nervous system in. But when you're at a certain stage in your career where you may not have SARS was around, you have had a little more balance in those two nervous systems, that what happened is that you were able to get into a relaxing nervous system that allows you to big picture, allows you to really think of the long-term for your team, for your crew, for yourself, and all of these things that we need during COVID right now. Really hard when your body is always going into that other nervous system. Okay, so it's important right now. The best to do is to start breathing when you find that hypervigilant mode. Now you have, this is like being in the gym. So you're not going to go to the gym and all of a sudden able to like 50 pounds if you could only do 10 when you gym. So you have to think of this as well with the breathing, is that it's going to take time to start teaching this nervous system, this vagus nervous system, how to become stronger and how to get your sympathetic nervous system to stop kicking in as much. Okay, so these are things that we need to do from a perspective. So that is why quite often you guys get into that hypervigilant, and why it's out of as your career goes on. So we need to start training that vagus nerve in order to really make sure that it stays strong. So there's a lot of steps that you would do in a gym, but you can look at your vagus nerve. That you do in the second stage of the performance. The first stage is where we boost your battery. We kind of give you that boost in order to align your hormones and get your energy, your motivation, and your drive back. You can then start doing the training for your vagus nerve, because some of you find as well that this is all having this information, but your motivation and your energy is gone. You're absolutely wasted. And if that is you, then I struggle with something as and keeping that going on a regular basis. So that is where you would need the boost first, but definitely look to getting into that vagus nerve training, which we do for it takes probably about months in the program to really training you to get that vagus nerve, so that hypervigilant mode again, so that you can actually be in control of it, of when you need to be big picture thinking, you need to be like on the call right on that scene. All right, so if any questions, let me know. You can write them in the comments, and I'll be looking into this, answering them for you guys. But just know, as you go through your career, most of you do end up hypervigilant state, and it's not your fault. Nothing wrong with you. It's just your body you signals that certain systems are better than others, and we just need to work them. That's really all it is. All right, so have a great day, and I will be chatting with you soon. Leave any questions in the comments and I'll look